Isaiah Thomas, let's talk about Larry the Legend.
Uh-oh.
The resume is long,
Yeah.
but he's really known for two things mostly: shooting and talking trash on the court.
Yeah.
Which one bothered you the most?
His shooting. I mean, his shot was just so perfect, and not only was it perfect, my mother-in-law nicknamed his jump shot Silent Death because when he shot it, the ball just rolled in the air, and it was almost like it was playing a song, the way it was just moving in the air, and then it would just swish through. As a competitor, I mean, he was a killer. I mean, just a straight killer.
Nobody worked as hard as Larry. He was the first guy there. He was the last guy to leave. He wore that body out with the jumpers and the running and the movement and the concentration and the focus and the discipline and the sacrifice. He had it all. And he wanted the light on him. He wanted the focus, and he wanted that ball. And if it ever got to the point where Casey Jones, a coach who we just loved and would do anything for, if Casey would ever call somebody else's play, Larry would just say, no, I'm shooting this ball, and he would.
He's the best player I ever played with. And I know it was later in his career, but he was still that dude. He would talk mess all the time. I mean, he was nonstop. Like I said, I got a chance to see that firsthand. After watching it as a kid, and all of a sudden being able to be propelled in an environment to see me to guard Magic and me pass the ball to Larry, it was surreal. And Larry was, you hear all the stories, he's there 2 hours before the game and 2 hours. It's true. He would make me come in for him as a rookie and rebound and pass and shoot with him before game, rebound after the games, because he wanted to be a better player. But you talk about a shit talker, I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, it was nonstop.
I don't know if I could ever tell you a memory. I'll just tell you that Larry was a phenomenal basketball player. The guy had unbelievable physical and mental toughness, which set him apart. I mean, that guy just would play through pain. Unbelievable competitor, great hands, great vision, great feel for the game, and just, could go out every single night and just play at an unbelievably high level. Didn't have to shoot the ball really well to have a good game because he did so many different things.
The greatest player I ever played with is Larry Bird, not even a question. I played with some great players, some great young players. I got a chance to play with young Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, played with Reggie Lewis. I played with some great players. Larry Bird was the best player I ever played with. Why? It wasn't so much his skill set, it was, like you said, his preparation to be great. He was prepped to be great before the lights came on, before everybody showed up. He was always the first one to practice, the last one to leave. Every story you hear about Larry Bird is true. I tried to beat him into practice my rookie year. Couldn't do it because he wouldn't let me win. Just little things like that. I'm not letting a rookie beat me to practice. That's my thing. 4 o'clock, there. 3 o'clock in the morning, there. Didn't matter. That was his DNA. So when you see things like that, you understood that it took more than just showing up at the games, watching film. It was a mindset. His mindset was, all right, I can be intentional in what I do and know I have to have a plan and action what I'm doing, and then I have to be attentive to what I'm doing. How do I get to that point? He was very intentional, and he paid a lot of attention to being great.
Bird was the toughest player I've ever had to face. The guy is 6'10", I'm 6'7". He can pass over the top of me, put the ball on the floor. He's a great rebounder and obviously a great scorer. And so Bird, for me, was the toughest matchup I ever had during the course of my career.
Larry broke into the league, rookie of the year, had a strong first year. So I knew that I was teaming up with someone that was franchise changing type talent.
When Bird was at Indiana State, and the first time we really got a chance to see him play on television, Indiana State played Bradley. And then, fast forward, then they played DePaul, and Mark Aguirre, Terry Cummins, Teddy Grubbs on that team. And Larry Bird just, he does this thing. And then, of course, they went on and they played Magic at Michigan State. But Bird was one of the greatest shooters, champions, competitors to ever play in our game. I think we were playing in Hartford. We up 1, and we come out of the huddle, and Bird looks at me, and Kent Benson is guarding Bird. And Bird looks at me, and he goes, he's got no shot. And he says it right to Benson as he was standing there, right? And sure enough, he gets it in on the left side of the court, takes it down to the baseline, knocks it down. They win by 1. He walks off. He goes, I told you, you can't put him on me. He said, you better get somebody else who can guard me.
I always thought of myself as a very, very confident player, but Bird especially, and he had a whole nother level of confidence than I ever was able to accomplish and achieve. But he just gave you so much confidence. Like you could depend on him. You could just see like his confidence, and like he just like added to everybody else's confidence.
How was it when you first met him? Like, what was that interaction like, and getting to know him?
He was great. I mean, he was a worker. We played a lot of one-on-one, full court, like half court, full court basketball, just, in practice every day. I got to know Larry really well, but he was a great worker, a great teammate. He told me, like when he didn't think I was taking a good shot. I tell people all the time, when they start complaining, oh, the coach doesn't believe in me, or the star player on our team doesn't believe in me, I go, bro, when I played with Bird, he'd pass it, he'd get double teamed, he'd throw me the ball. But if I miss 3, I'm not coming back to me.
Right up.
You got to earn those shots.
You do.
You got to earn the respect of your coach and your star players all the time. You got to earn that respect. Every game, you got to be reliable and dependable. And that was what I loved about Bird.
Bird is a psychologically assassin.
In what way though, man? You say that, how?
How can a person jump this high and out-rebound you? How can a person just move you that way and make you a deficiency?
Right.
How can a person jump and when we practice, he would be running around Boston Garden while we was practicing.
That was psychological.
And we was watching him running around in the Boston Garden. And it was like, why are you running? Check this out. They beat us in Cleveland, and he told me where he was going and where he was going to shoot.
Nah, I won't hear about it.
Okay.
I won't hear about it.
It was 91-92 season, and we was playing the Boston Celtics. It was Bird, McHale, Parrish, the great 3, Ainge, and we was up 1. He said, who's guarding me as we come out of timeout? Now remember, I'm a rookie because Price is out because he hurt.
Right.
He says, who's guarding me? I says, Craig Elo. He says, why you got that white boy on me? Don't put no white boy on me.
He said that was the most.
Now remember, Larry Bird is white.
Right.
He said, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get in the corner. Dennis Johnson gonna pass it to me and I'm gonna hit the last second shot and it's over.
Come on, man.
So I'm like, I told Joe Wood, I said, hey man, listen, the ball is going to Larry Bird. Everybody knows the ball's going to Larry Bird.
Right.
Just do whatever you can. Craig, Gerald, just cover him.
Right.
All Bird did was go like this. See, it's leverage. It's not how strong you are sometimes. It's leverage.
Yeah.
He said, now look how hard that is.
Yeah.
Now somebody strong go, right?
Right.
You see how your demeanor went? That's all I need, TB.
Right. Enough space to catch the ball. Yeah.
And his fingers was all broke.
Right.
He hit the shot. All his Kevin McHale, all them, Randy Whitman, all them was jumping on, right? He was getting them off of him like this. He walked off and said, legend.
Well, as much of a trash talker as you are, you actually said there's someone who's actually greater than you, and that is Larry Bird.
Absolutely.
Or you said that not only would he talk shit to you, but he would tell you what he's gonna do to you on the court. He's like, I'm gonna shoot this from here, boom. Oh, now I'm gonna I'm gonna bust your ass here. Larry Bird, of all people, you would think. But he was the truth.
Let me tell you something. People always talk about great basketball players, and they don't never mention him to be up in that round when they made the Magics, the Jordans, the Kobe's and stuff like that. But Larry Bird was cold. I don't think nobody ever could get out with him. You ask Magic. That's why Magic had a run, and he was mad when he had to retire in '92 because of what he was going to be missing with Larry Bird.
Never forget driving, and I'm listening to a game. New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right, Bird. He makes the shot, Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. Here's Bird. And Bird this, and Bird, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn. Woo! Larry, it wasn't you know, be honest with you. The young lady that said you were her favorite player, mine too. I love you too, Magic, but not as much as I like Bird.